To create a three-dimensional shape, switch to the Surfaces mode by clicking the Surfaces button. One method to create a 3D surface is to define the shape of a tool, specify the size of the tool, and then click a polyline that defines a path for that tool to follow. MillWrite will respond by sending the tool down that path and creating a surface that takes the shape of the tool. The first step is to switch to the Create a Surface mode. The next step is to define the shape of the tool. For example, I will click a ball end mill and set the tool size to 4 units. The tool is set to cut rather than to add material. I will now click this polyline. MillWrite sends the tool down that path, creating a surface that has a 4-unit wide path that has the shape of a ball end mill. I will now delete that surface by letting the mouse hover over one of the 5 handles of the surface and then press the Delete key on the keyboard. Now I will change the tool to Add Material rather than to Cut Material. After clicking the polyline, MillWrite sends the tool down the path, but this time it adds material to the surface. If you let the mouse hover over one of the 5 handles of the surface, on the right side of the screen you can click the button to flip the Z values, and it will create a surface that is identical to the option in which the tool was cutting rather than adding material. And clicking again puts it back to where it was. I will now select a tool that has a non-symmetrical cross-section. You can edit the shape of these tools or create some new ones. These are just samples that come with MillWrite. I will set the tool to cut material and leave the tool size at 4 units. After clicking the polyline, MillWrite sends the tool down that path, creating a surface that has the shape of the tool, as if the tool had scraped along that path. Because this tool is not symmetrical, the resulting shape depends upon the direction that the polyline is traveling. To understand this, I will move this shape away from the polyline and then let the mouse hover over the polyline. The parameters appear on the right side of the screen. I can now slide the mouse over there and click the button to reverse the direction of the polyline. Or if I had wanted to use the keyboard shortcut keys, I could have pressed the R key on the keyboard to reverse the direction of the polyline. You can figure out the direction of a polyline by noticing where the start node is. The start node is the largest circle. I will now click this polyline and create a surface from it. You can see that it looks like a mirror image of the other surface. The polyline in this example is 2-dimensional, but this also works with 3-dimensional polylines. For example, here is a 2-dimensional arc. If I click it to create a surface from it, it creates a surface at that particular Z level. I will now delete that surface, switch from creating surfaces to the normal editing mode, and set the ortho mode to Z movements only by pressing the Z key on the keyboard. I could also have clicked the ortho button at the top of the screen. I will then move this node downward in the Z axis. So now I have a 3-dimensional arc. Now I switch back to the Create a Surface mode, and click that three-dimensional arc. MillWrite sends the tool along that three-dimensional path.